Hello everyone, how are y'all doing today? Welcome to 2025. Got a brand new year ahead of us, fresh new starts. Got Superman coming out later this year, The Bad Guys 2. You got Zootopia 2, when that fucking come out? 2016? Yeah, that sounds about right. Holy crap. So I want to do a fun little video today with some questions that I had asked you guys on my Twitter. Some easy, some difficult. I've always wanted to try making a little VR video, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to stretch my legs and, see how this goes. And if this is something you guys like, I'll do more. Alright, let's see what kind of questions you guys sent me. Alright, first question here. What does the Scott say? What does the Fox say? Are we still going to keep asking these questions? It is 2025 now. Also, how's everything going? Going pretty good. Just went to work for a day so far in the new year. Got yesterday off. Just got one more day till the weekend. Other than that, doing fine. Having fun with you guys here. Next question here says, why red fox, why a fox? Well, the reason why I chose a fox wasn't anything specific. Nothing pertaining to me or my habits, but I just went for the longest time without a Sona. I didn't have an account necessarily. I just kind of always appreciate it from afar. And I found this artist Temuri. I really liked the way he did foxes. I didn't really have anything else in mind at the time, so I knew pretty early on that that's what I wanted to do. And he's just, ever since evolved from there since 2017. And if you haven't seen him before, I highly recommend him. You check him out at DeviantArt or Twitter. Next question. Do you like Converse shoes? I do, actually. I've got a pair of Chucks in my closet right now that I wear every so often. I don't wear them every day because I don't want to get ruined. I have my work shoes, and then I have shoes for it's starting to snow now, so I got my boots. And then the Converse shoes I like to wear, I guess if I'm hanging out with friends or just going somewhere nice. They're my favorite pair. Alright, next. What is your D&D class? Well, I don't really play D&D, but if I could base it off what I typically build for a game, such as Baldur's Gate, it'd be a fighter class, because I always like to get up close and personal with the sword. And if I can, I will try to have a magic spell or something learned, so that way I can at least do a little bit of both, fighting up close to sword and magic powers. Next question. What other species did you have in mind for your persona to be? I guess this goes back to the earlier question. I don't really have anything else that I've been interested in. I actually have 3 foxes now. My red fox, a black fox, and an arctic fox. I've always wanted a trio, and I cannot think of any other species that I would do. It's just always been foxes. That's just what it is, what's stuck in my head. I love other Sonas, but there's just nothing else that I would ever want as my OC. But we'll see. You never know. Maybe one day that'll change. Next one here is, what's your most favorite art piece you've received? I would say the very first one from Tem. I loved describing what I wanted him to look like, and for it to come out the way it did and where I am now, all these years later, I'm very happy with the original design. I don't think anything was really changed. Maybe just minor details, but it was perfect. I knew he was the artist I wanted to work with from the beginning. How did you get the idea for your character? So, continue off from the previous question, It's just what I saw from Temery and his art, and just how he drew foxes. That's where the inspiration came from. And next here we have, what are your top 5 favorite games ever made? That's a hard one. I do know number 1 for me would be BioShock Infinite. I've played that game so many times. Like, I just love the story, and even the DLC too. Going back to Rapture, I would say number 1 on my list for sure. And then, you know, I would also include Knights of the Old Republic, just because I have played that game the most out of anything since my childhood. Maybe, oh my gosh, I could even say like at least 20 times. But I've replayed that game so many different ways. It just never gets old. I have it even for a computer, my phone, and the Nintendo Switch. I just love that game so much. I would say Max Payne is also on this list, just because that's also something I grew up with, and I just love the slow motion aspect of it. That was such a new thing for me. It was one of the first, if not the first, rated M game I've ever played. I think more people should check it out. They're actually doing a remaster of the first 2 games, and I am excited for that, and I will replay it as many times, I'm sure, as I can. I just love the story. Let's see, that's 3. 4, I would say Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time. Yeah, I'd say, yep. So Ratchet and Clank 4 Crack in Time was one of the first PS3 games I had ever played. And this has been when I went from playing PS2, you had Xbox 360, and then you get to the PS3, and I was late in the generation, and I just remember the story blew me away, finding out the origins of the character. It got me to want to go back and play the originals and see what I missed out on, just to get to where I was. And I've loved the franchise ever since. On my shelf, I actually have just about every copy except for the latest one. Last, what I would put on my list is Super Punch-Out from the Super Nintendo. More nostalgia, but I mean, I just love it. I just love old games, what can I tell you? Next question here is there an artist you've always wanted art from? Yeah. I would say the artists that were more around when I first found the fandom. I would say like Ken Ket, for example, is one that I would have loved to work with if they were. They might have been open. I don't know if they were. Alright, let's see. The next one we have here is, what do you think of the macro meme? I mean, it's not really for me, so I don't really have an opinion. Another one here, Moz or Pause. Again, I don't really have an opinion on either. Neither are for me exactly, but I mean, you do you. Next one here, what is your favorite snack? The Buffalo Snyders. I love those, can't get enough of them. And whenever I do buy them, I tend to buy at least 2 bags. They don't last long, let me tell you that. They don't last long at all. Your persona has a really amazing design. Thank you. I love how it turned out. I love adding these outfits for him and seeing what all I can do with it. But I'm glad you guys enjoy them too. Thank you. Next question is, what caught your attention to enter the fandom? Well, I was seeing art from the fandom for a long time, I'd say since 2009, and that's around when I kind of knew of it, but before that, I just knew of like furry movies like Robin Hood. But I didn't know there was a fandom until I first started getting access to the internet. The more I explored, the more I found, and I just really loved seeing all these different people come together with their talents and just create all these fun characters. It wasn't until around 2017 when I decided to actually enter in myself, and I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy where I'm at, and with the design, and all three of my characters, they're fun. Next question says, can I give you a hug? Yeah, of course. Come here. Question for Alternative Fox. Does Scott snore? I can already answer that for him. Yes, he does. For as long as I can remember, I've been kind of a loud snorer. All your OCs are in a brawl. Who would win? Definitely Tyler. He's more scrappy, more like rough going. He's definitely been through a lot, and he's had a lot more experience being in fights than the other two have. So I would definitely place my money on him 100%. Next question is Boop. 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 Boop, boop. Why are you still on Twitter? All the cool people are all blue skying. I'm actually on both. So you can follow me here if you choose to. Favorite game to watch others stream? I would say anything that's new. Depending, like if it's something like Marvel Rivals that's new right now, that's fun to watch. I mostly like single player games, so like I like watching like people play maybe the new Indiana Jones game or just whatever is new that I'm interested in playing, but nothing that I want to get too spoiled on. So I only watch what I feel interested in at the time. What is your least favorite movie? Right now, I would say Christmas with the Cranks. I just watched that recently, and I didn't like it at all. Like, the whole point of the movie is just your neighbors can bully you to do what they want. Not going on vacation on a cruise because, oh, you have to have Christmas every year the same exact way. You gotta put up the lights, gotta put up the snowman, everything, and they go through all that effort of avoiding the neighbors, trying to just ignore them and their pestering, only to eventually just give up because their daughter is last minute coming home for Christmas when she just left to go to the Peace Corps just a couple weeks ago. Like, I don't know. It just was a horrible Christmas movie. I would never watch it again. You have to choose tea plus Pepsi, or kafani, how do you say that? Coffee and lemonade, which would you drink? I guess tea Pepsi. I mean, it just seems like it would be more manageable than to say just coffee and lemonade. Like, I already don't like coffee all that much in general, but Pepsi and lemonade, I guess, yeah, I could tolerate that more. The final question we have here is, okay, now it's your turn to ask us anything. My question to you is, why didn't you follow me? Take out your phone, go to YouTube, type in the URL, hit subscribe, and maybe you'll see more videos like this in the future. If you guys like them, I'll do more of these. If not, maybe I'll try something different. See where this goes. I definitely want to do more content like this. Maybe stream with the avatar. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a good time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Do you like Converse?